So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this session of the orientation for freshers. My name is Selina Torison-Saka, and I head the Students Financial Aid Office. This orientation session is going to be taking you through what the Students Financial Aid Office does. One of our primary interests here in this office is to enhance the student experience, particularly for students who require some aid, some financial aid to sail through their programs. So I'd like you to be very attentive as we walk through what the office does. I'm sure by now you know off your head what the vision of the University of Ghana is. And if I were speaking to you in person, I would ask you, the mission of the university is to create an enabling environment that makes us increasingly relevant to national and global development through cutting-edge research as well as quality teaching and learning. So financial aid, our funds are allocated to help you and your family pay for your educational expenses, such as academic user fees, accommodation, books, transportation, and in some cases, living expenses. At UG, the fund is awarded mainly to brilliant but needy students, and this makes most scholarships need-based. However, we also have a few merit-based scholarships. Why was this fund established? I mean, historically, we had cases of students who had gained admission to the university who could not raise the required fees to cater for themselves while here. And so for this reason, in 2005, the university established the Students Financial Aid Office to cater for the needs of that category of students who require aid to sail through their programs. The University of Ghana sees the operation of SFAO as an integral and strategic part of the programs it runs. And we are committed to making higher education accessible to all who are deserving of it. Our vision is to ensure that financial need is not a barrier to students, needy students who want to access higher education in Ghana. So at the heart of what we do is integrity. Integrity because we demand the highest standards of ourselves, and we demand the highest standards of you students in the same breath. We are committed to aiding students with their financial needs, and we expect that when we work with you, you are also committed to the processes we outlay to you. We treat everyone who walks into our office with respect, and we are loyal and selfless in all the duties we execute. Our mission is to work towards enhancing the university's mission of making UG increasingly relevant to national and development by significantly reducing or eliminating financial barriers that might prohibit or inhibit students' access to university education. The primary goal of the financial aid professional is to help students achieve their educational potential by providing appropriate financial resources. Okay. So at the Students Financial Aid Office, we manage different types of scholarships. We have full scholarships, and these are usually very comprehensive in nature. They cover academic fees, residential fees, stipends, book allowance, and living expenses. We also have partial scholarships. And partial scholarships will typically cover academic user fees. We also have work-study arrangements. And this is an area we want to pursue vigorously in this academic year. We want to give students the opportunity to work to earn their living wage. We have part-time job opportunities, which is very similar to the work-study arrangements. And finally, we have fee arrangement plans for students who are unable to pay offhand. We are able to negotiate with the Student Accounts Office, so they work out a tuition management plan for you, so you are able to pay it within a certain period. Who funds the Students' Financial Aid Office? One of our primary sources of funding is from the University of Ghana's internally generated funds. So the University of Ghana every year allocates a fixed amount towards students' financial aid. We also have corporate companies, firms, and institutions making one-off donations to the fund. In fact, some of the firms make annual donations, while some are one-off donations. We have NGOs, we have alumni, we have individuals, we have staff members, and then we also have the student body. We have the SRC Ibibua Scholarship Scheme, which is funded from contributions students make. So as explained in the previous slide, we have local donors. And who are these local donors? The University of Ghana, as already mentioned, the Legon International Denominational Church, the University of Ghana Chaplaincy Board, Republic Bank, and Mr. Lariado. There are others like Test for Ghana, Baker Hughes, the Ajaya Endowment Scholarship for History, Fosuaba Education Scholarship for Females, and the Ghana Petroleum Commission. It's a long list, so I would encourage you to visit this presentation afterwards and then acquaint yourself with the numerous scholarships elaborated in the presentation. We also have foreign scholarships. Now, this is what you really want. They are very comprehensive in nature. They cover everything you can dream of. And we have the Fondation Edu Scholarship. We have Educational Pathways International. We have the Sandra Women in Science Scholarship, Swiss for short. The Womble Family Scholarship. The Uganda Scholarship. This is funded by our alumni in North America. And then finally, we have the Jennifer Opoku Service Above Self Memorial Scholarship. Beyond these scholarships that passed through our hands, we also have numerous other scholarships out there, which I would encourage you to pursue. We have the GMPC Foundation Scholarship. We have the Get Fund Scholarship. We have the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat also giving out scholarships. We have Ghana Gas Company. We have MTN and so many more. Our office usually tries to send notices to student leadership on scholarships that come to our attention. And so I'd like to encourage you to be very alert and look out for scholarships that are not only run within the University of Ghana, but that are advertised widely within Ghana. So just as a matter of interest, some of you might want to assess your chances of getting a scholarship. So here are some of the numbers we dealt with last year. Last year, under UG scholarships, we funded a total of nearly 300 students. With SRC, we did about 240 students. We did for Fondation 62 students, 36 for EPI. We did 10 for Ernst & Young. And the LIC awards, we made 4 awards. And the LIC scholarships, we made 4 awards. And the Josam 2, Baker Hughes 15, Fosuaba 2. And the statistics follow. I would encourage you to just visit the slides later on and acquaint yourself with the statistics if you are interested in that. Now, if you are a student who knows another student or who yourself might need financial aid, these are very, very crucial dates to keep in mind. We are going to be opening several scholarship application portals over the next few weeks. And I want to encourage you to be very alert. If you don't need a scholarship and you know someone who needs the scholarship, please be a source of information for the person. So for the Edu Pathway International Scholarships, we are opening it on the 8th of January. We are doing the same for Fondation Edu Scholarship. These are really very comprehensive scholarships. For UG level 100, for UG scholarships, we are going to open the portal for level 100 students. This is going to happen sometime in January. And then for the SRC scholarship, would be opening the application process sometime between April and May. Yes. So these are really very critical dates. I would encourage you to pen down in your notebook so you can always take advantage of the resources that are available. So the office is currently seeking more outlets or more funding sources. So anyone watching this presentation who might know someone who really wants to give to us, would want to encourage you to walk into our office at any point in time and have a conversation with us. Another very important slide I would like you to pay attention to is the entry requirement for the various scholarships. So this is one of the slides you should be paying very close attention to. What are the requirements? What are the entry requirements to secure a scholarship? For Fondation Edu Scholarship, for freshers and level 100s, the entry requirement would be aggregate 14. So if you make aggregate 14 in your WASI results, you should be able to apply for the Fondation Edu Scholarship. If you are a continuing student and you want to apply to this scholarship, you need a CGPA of 3.5. For Educational Pathways International, you need a minimum of aggregate 11 if you are entering through your WASI results, and that's applicable to first years. But if you were a continuing student, again, you need, for females, you need a minimum requirement of 3.5. And for males, you need a minimum requirement of 3.75. The others are enumerated. For Ernst & Young, you need a 3.0 to apply to this scholarship. This scholarship usually targets students from level 200 upwards. For Baker Hughes, the same applies. You need a minimum of a 3.0, and it also targets students from level 200 upwards. So this may not be immediately applicable to you, but you can keep this information for the future. For UG scholarships, for the UG scholarship, you need a minimum requirement of 2.5 to apply and stay on the scholarship. If you, at any point in time, you go below the 2.5 requirement, you are withdrawn from the scholarship. And this applies to all other scholarships. I mean, for the ones above, you need a minimum of 3.0 to stay on. But for UG, you need a 2.5 to stay on. For the SRC Yibibwa scholarship, you you need a minimum of 1.5 to stay on the scholarship, or if you are entering from level 100, then you need an aggregate of not worse than 24. Who qualifies for financial aid? So any Ghanaian University of Ghana student, undergraduate student, qualifies for financial aid. Our aid packages target only undergraduate students who are Ghanaian of origin. 2 slides above, I already spoke to you on very important deadlines you should keep your eyes on. Now I want to walk you through the application process. It's quite a rigorous process, and many people start but never complete it. You need to be very conscientious to go through the whole application process. So where do we begin? You have to look out for the relevant adverts we are going to be putting up soon. And you typically find these adverts on the university's website. We are also going to be sending you email. We are going to be pasting notices in various halls. So you should keep your eyes out for these adverts. Then when these adverts are out, you have to fill the required forms. It's an online application. You fill it online, and it's very important that you attach every document or as many documents as are required, because you will typically use the accompanying documentation for the shortlisting process. So if you are very casual about it and you don't put in any effort in providing the required documentation, automatically you are kicked out of the process. So how do you apply? As already mentioned, look out for the adverts and the portal. When the portal is opened, you see the link and then you apply using the link. When you are done with your application, because we usually take some attaching documents, we require that you submit a hard copy in addition to the soft copy you already filled online. You are required to submit a hard copy so that we have copies of the attachments we require of you. To successfully submit your application, there are a few documents you need to prove your need. These documents are enumerated in the slide. Some of these may include pay slips of your parents, money transfer receipts, birth certificates of your siblings, and so many more. So when you make your application, we don't expect that you would have all these documents. But if your parent, for example, if a parent is deceased, by providing or submitting a death certificate, you make your case stronger. So we encourage you to provide as much documentation as you are able to gather to make your application a stronger one. So would want you to note that it's very important to provide accurate information in this application process to give your application the credibility it deserves. Any form of representation would naturally disqualify you, and so would want to entreat you to be truthful as much as possible. Now, one of the observations we've made also is that many people are using AI to generate application essays. And we are very particular on this. If we find any AI-generated essays which don't speak about you as an individual, we will disqualify you. So we want to hear your story. We want it written in your words. We want you to speak to your need. We've also found in the past that there are some contractors around who write these essays for students. And we find that in some cases, you find the same essay running through. Would want you to desist from this if you are really interested in securing a scholarship. So where can you find us? You probably may have taken a tour through the university by now. Our office is located and our phone numbers are enumerated below. And so at any point in time, if you want to make any enquiries, we'll be very glad to hear from you, or you can walk in at any point in time. So here ends our presentation for this session. We are looking forward to engaging with you and enhancing your experience while you study in the University of Ghana. Thank you.